Good afternoon. We'll restart that again. Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everybody. I hope today finds you and your loved ones safe and well. Look, my name's Fiona Mary Berry. I'm an ASEA Bronze Executive. I happen to be an English lass living here in Sydney, Australia for about 20 years. But in today's webinar, we want to explore the possibilities that ASEA as a company represents, both the breakthrough and the opportunity. And we're going to be hearing from Stevie today, who's an amazing speaker. I just want to introduce him first. Look, he's a brilliant guy. He's basically been his own independent master since the tender age of 15. He's got a great wealth of experience in both life and business. And 6 years ago, Stevie says he made the best decision ever. He started as a SEA business, and today Stevie and Sarah live in Queensland, Australia with their 4 boys, and they operate their business from home while homeschooling. What a great idea, homeschooling your children, eh? So Stevie and Sarah, they're high-profile ASEA leaders. They're very passionate about ASEA's mission. And one of their words or their sentences, they basically want to better people's lives and be a force of good for this world. So I'm going to hand over to our wonderful Stevie Aquilina. Off you go, Stevie. Share with us what ASEA is all about.
Hey, Fiona. Always good to see your beautiful shining face. Thank you so very much for the too kind introduction. They sound like they're going to get very expensive for me. I'll leave the money on top of the fridge as usual. Really appreciate you and really appreciate you and the great lady and leader that you are. And it's so good to be able to work shoulder to shoulder and heart to heart with people like you. So I'm just very grateful. Thank you very much. And thank you, everyone. Hello around the world. This is amazing that we get to do this every single week. We get to, tune in and meet so many people. And maybe we'll do something just a little bit different today because my presentation won't run too long. We'll have some extra time at the end if Fiona doesn't mind and if everyone's willing to. I would love to hear from some of you. Maybe we can chat a little bit. You can ask me some questions about anything that I'm going to present today, and I will do my best to give you my best answers, the best answers that there are. But yeah, it was almost 6.5 years ago this information was first handed to me. And I feel incredibly honored to bring it to you because this information is incredibly important because the level of information, the level of significance that this is having in people's lives is incredibly deep. It is impacting people's lives. It's bettering people's lives. It's giving people their lives back. And when I first found out about this 6.5 years ago, it became almost instantaneously high priority for me to bring it to everyone's attention that was significant to me, but I felt compelled to make sure that everybody else had that opportunity as well. There's a lot of people out there that would like to know this information, but more importantly, there's a lot of people who really need to know about this information. And so I feel incredibly honored that I'm in a position to be able to share this with you today. I'm going to do my best to, portray this in its true light. I won't be able to do its justice. It is an incredibly great breakthrough that extends far greater than my mediocre knowledge. But look, your time is valuable. I don't intend to waste it. If you had to spend money to be here today and you didn't like anything I had to share with you, I'll just give you your money back. But your time's non-refundable, right? So let's make the best use of it and share my screen here and jump straight into it. Right, as Fiona said, my name is Stevie Aquilina. And in case you couldn't tell by the introduction or by the Crocodile Dundee accent, my family and I live in Australia. We are originally from Sydney, but now we live on the Gold Coast. And that was truly a dream come true when we could make that happen. I'm very grateful today for my life and the income and the time and the freedom that we've been able to generate that also allows me to enjoy a really, really great lifestyle with my family that has also taken me to many parts of the world that once upon a time way too far out of my reach because the good vibes and good times we find ourselves in right now has not always been the case. I was a very difficult, weird, awkward, strange child to parent, raise, and school. I never made the grades in school. And by people who were very prominent in my life, they were kind of extremely hard on me. But for all the things that were done, his was the worst. I was told on a daily basis that I was stupid and useless. And I was young and impressionable enough and told this often enough to believe it. And so I later became a teenage runaway and a high school dropout. And I was with the wrong people in the wrong places, doing the wrong things to myself and occasionally to others. I walked myself way off track on life's journey throughout my teens and 20s, to be honest. Regrettably so. When I did try to stand up and fly right, it wasn't easy because I didn't give myself really a very good head start. I had more than 20 different jobs in far less that time. For over a decade, I was a very dumb but very good looking. I'm joking about the good looking part. I was a bouncer in what used to be the most popular and notorious nightclubs in Sydney. And not just for all the fun reasons, for a lot of the wrong reasons too. I had big dreams. I wanted to be, do, have more. I really wanted to give more, actually. I wanted to be doing something more significant, but I had little self-esteem. So I did little with my life and had little to give, right? Physically, I've always been athletic, mainly in martial arts, very, very old martial arts. Back then, you wouldn't have known it. I had health troubles, an autoimmune disorder, inflammatory diseases, severe skin, respiratory, and gut conditions most of my life. Lots of bad injuries from very hardcore martial arts. Financially, as much as I tried, I didn't really try, to be honest. I had not enough confidence to do anything properly. So I got myself stuck in go nowhere jobs. I had hopes going nowhere, no prospects, no financial security, no financial dignity. Now, even at this point in my life, being a husband and a father, I was still not in a good place. I was behind and I was having phone, electricity and gas cut off. I wasn't able to run my car on anything more than just the fumes of petrol. Sometimes I couldn't get the kids to school. I wasn't able to make the rent. I got us evicted. I mean, embarrassingly broken, incredibly deflating and hurtful because of the people in my life that I was holding back to, my wife and my kids. Now, I always believed in possibilities, but my problem was two things. I doubted my potential. And also, I was never happy in what I was doing. It wasn't enough. Not that it just wasn't paying enough. There was that too, but it just wasn't doing enough. I wanted to be doing more. And so I was trapped and unhappy and frustrated, just unable to be who I wanted to be. Now, a turning point for me was when I first met the girl of my dreams. Right then and there, she's my wife now, right then and there, when I met her for the first time, I was flawed and motivated more than ever before to become more. I thought, well, if I'm going to get this great woman, I've got to become a better man. Now, huge turning point for me was she believed in me and always told me that I was more, long before I could do either of those things for myself. And again, I figured out once you're told something often enough, right? And also, I was introduced to this company's life-changing breakthrough, life-changing opportunity, life-changing training. And the company leaders are extremely successful people. They believed in me too, but more importantly, they have taught me and continue to teach me how to believe and become more. And so now today, instead of having these health and wealth, money problems, I've solved them, but I have the honor of helping others to solve them too. So I've not just got myself out of financial insecurity and indignity, I'm helping others to do it too. Instead of feeling trapped, unfulfilled, unhappy, frustrated, and all the things that I was before, I now have more with the ability to believe and become more. And most importantly, for me, the ability to give more, because this company's training has really shown me a life-changing better way. So forever grateful to this company, and now want to do nothing less than spending the rest of my life bettering people's lives in at least any one of these life-changing ways too. Here's what I'm going to share with you first. It's the most significant health and life science breakthrough of our lifetime. Medical experts say this, not me. Medical experts say this is a great breakthrough, greater than the discoveries of DNA or penicillin. For 2 decades, science had declared that this was impossible. However, this is a breakthrough with enormous potential, which has been proven by renowned universities and world-leading laboratory medical studies, not made-up studies, and coming out all the time. A very advanced breakthrough too, considered to be 15 years ahead of its time. Any health goals or challenges you can think of, remarkable results, and drug companies wanted this all shut down, but more about that a little later. Before I tell you what this is, let's get clear about what this is not, because this is nothing like anything else you've ever seen before. What we'll be talking about is not and goes well beyond drugs or nutrition. What we'll be talking about goes well beyond, and is not like any type of ingredients or technology you already know about. Because what I'm about to show you is an entirely new frontier in science. It's truly groundbreaking. It's category creating. It is not just a healthcare breakthrough, but this is a breakthrough for humanity. So let me put that together for you. This is the ASEA Redox cell signaling technology. This is a drink that contains active redox signaling molecules. What are those? Redox signaling molecules are made by your cells. So they're made within your body right now. They are native to your body, and they are your cellular messengers that affect your cell-to-cell communication and your genetic expressions and everything else for that matter in a very positive way. So redox signaling is actually a remarkable process because it is the actual process that empowers your body to heal itself. And this happens by redox signaling molecules telling your cells how to protect healthy cells, repair unhealthy cells, and replace damaged cells. Redox signaling molecules also activate your body's immune system to protect against bacteria, viruses, and infection. Redox signaling is what keeps cells functioning and healing at optimal levels. Why is this so important? Because we are all made of cells. We live and die at the cellular level. Healthy cells means a healthy body and healthy life. So redox signaling molecules are the keys to life. Your body runs on them. They are essential for the activation and function of our normal physiology. All of our body's major systems, biochemical and physiological processes, all critically depend on redox signaling, because if your cells were to suddenly stop making redox signaling molecules right now, you wouldn't live longer than just a few more mere seconds. Without your redox signaling molecules, life ends. So if our bodies already make redox signaling molecules, why do we need to put more into our body? What's the importance of this ASEA Redox drink? Well, when we're born, we make an abundance of redox signaling molecules. That's generally why children have so much energy. Have you ever noticed that? How they can run around all day and not wake up sore the next, and how they can bounce back so quickly from an injury or illness. However, things change as we age, right? With age, along with stress, poor diet, toxins, and all sorts of other environmental assaults, our cells break down. And with it, our ability to make redox signaling molecules also breaks down. And so without as many of these redox signaling molecules giving clear cell signals, our whole cellular protection and healing process becomes slow. Our cells break down more and more, and so does our health, wellness, youth, and vitality. Now, ASEA takes science seriously and is highly committed to ongoing research with renowned universities and world-leading laboratories. And ASEA allows these outside and independently reviewed studies to prove the potential of ASEA redox signaling supplements, to demonstrate the safety and efficacy of ASEA redox products, and certifying them as safe and effective in everybody. ASEA is within a very real and significant space of science, because redox is based in Nobel Prize winning research. The first Nobel Prize was awarded to these three professors back in 1998 for the first discovery of a redox signaling molecule. Since then, there have been multiple signaling molecules discovered, with multiple Nobel Prizes being awarded for research in this field. If you went along to pubmed.gov, which is where all peer-reviewed medical studies are published in the National Library of Medicine, and if you typed in redox signaling there, you would see well over 33,000 results. On top, there are more than 1,500 medical textbooks that have been published on redox signaling. And this slide is already well out of date, with around 150 studies coming out almost every single month. So according to medical researchers, as well as reported by mainstream media like the Huffington Post, who specifically wrote about ASEA in this article I'm sharing, redox signaling is one of the fastest emerging fields in science that will shape all of our lives in the coming years. And there are now multiple universities who receive tens of millions of dollars in grants to open up redox research centers. There are global medical conferences being held about redox. Medical doctors are specializing in redox, with one such professor, a doctor at Harvard Medical School, who has a PhD and title that includes Director of Redox Medicine. And as for ASEA, outside of all this, light years ahead. We are light years ahead of anything else out there. ASEA redox users enjoy cell signaling benefits, which translates to health at its most foundational level. Here's just one example. ASEA Redox has been scientifically tested and shown to signal the activation of genetic pathways, and in other words, affect your genes that improve immune system health, help maintain a healthy inflammatory response, help maintain cardiovascular health and support arterial elasticity, improve gut health and digestive enzyme production, and modulate hormone balance to support vitality and wellness. Now, these genes are key in the health of every individual and play a vital role, not just in the 5 mentioned human health areas, but also in dozens of additional genetic pathways. Moreover, from this, ASEA Redox has also been scientifically tested and shown to enhance your body's own production and efficiency of antioxidants by up to 800%. Further studies show that ASEA lowers oxidative stress. Now, the head professor of that university study has come out saying that one of the most important effects of ASEA on disease risk factors is its ability to reduce oxidative stress. And this is significant because all degenerative health conditions are caused by oxidative stress. And from rigorous toxicology studies, ASEA is proven to be 100% safe, no toxicity, 0% toxicity. Why? Because redox signaling molecules are native to your body. They're already in you. Your body already makes them. Your body runs off them. It's just that now your body can't make as much of them as it used to be able to when it was younger and healthier. So if you have health challenges, if you have people that you care about who do, if you have a wish that you could look, live, and feel young once again, if you have the very, very, very good sense for protecting your health because you don't want to become old and unwell, if you have a goal of having, higher levels of human performance, whether that be athletically, or just in your everyday life, any health goal you can think of, Redox users and medical doctors are seeing just remarkable results. Now, the good news is, if you don't want to, don't take my word for it, because I'm going to share with you some medical doctors right now so you can listen to what they have to say.
Redox signaling molecules are like the DNA whisperer. They signal cells to be healthy. And because of age, because of medications, because of toxicity in the environment, you lose your ability to make the redox signaling molecules. So having them with ASEA simply replenishes what your body is doing natively when you were young. You know, I've been in the business for 40 years, and this is the first time that I've ever heard about the redox signaling molecules, which to me is a breakthrough of the 21st century, akin to the electric light bulb in the 20th century and maybe even the discovery of penicillin. Because your body is a redox signaling program, and to be able to replenish it on a day-to-day basis, internally and externally, is not just a breakthrough, it's a game changer.
Health is something we have to earn. What can I do to get to the root of things and really prevent problems from happening? Is it possible? And the answer is yes.
You know, I think most people don't actually really consider their health until it's gone. So it's the choices that we make today that are going to determine the level of our wellness and our health and our healthy longevity tomorrow.
We want to keep people healthy. We don't want to see that deterioration. The whole process of the anti-aging and regenerative medicine that I'm so passionate about is on the premise that we can maintain energy, we can maintain health.
So prevention is key, but people need to value it, and people need to understand what it is and take responsibility.
Inside every cell in your body, you're constantly producing negative and positive molecules called oxidants and reductants, and the contraction of that name is redox.
So with these molecules, we're amping up that communication. We're helping that cell signal.
Without these cell signaling molecules, we simply wouldn't do the gene replication that we need, the DNA sequencing that we need. These redox signaling molecules interact throughout the body with every cell that we know.
Every cell in our body needs these molecules for communication purposes. The more balanced they are, the more abundant they are, the healthier we are.
ASEA actually has the combination of the oxidants and the reductants that the body makes. So all we're doing with ASEA is enhancing what the body is already doing.
Having a product, a technology that's native to the body doesn't have to worry about detoxifying it because it knows exactly what to do with redox molecules. It's one of, if not the safest recommendation I ever make to a patient.
They found a way to stabilize them outside the body. And you can actually put them back into bodies they're deficient in those molecules. That's a game changer.
To have something that at its molecular level is native to the body is nothing short of a breakthrough.
This is something that's foundational for health, for every cell. It affects every cell in our body. And not just the cells, but the very DNA within those cells. You know, we talk about the discovery of DNA as being a huge breakthrough, the discovery of penicillin. Yes, these were absolutely huge discoveries, but now we have something that actually goes even deeper.
This is where the future lies, and this is why redox chemistry and supplements that employ this are so powerful.
They literally turn on and turn off, signal every single process in every living cell. And to be able to stabilize a product that allows us to replenish that is just a phenomenal breakthrough.
This has the capability to change the landscape of the healthcare system as we know it.
So now that we've spoken about cellular health from the inside out, I'd like to show you what's possible from the outside in, and that's made possible by ASEA's topical versions of Redox technology, which are Renew 28 Redox Gel and the Intensive Redox Serum. Now, these Redox technologies are further supported and enhanced by their complementary all natural ingredients products, our gentle refining cleanser and ultra replenishing moisturizer. But a picture is worth 1,000 words. So let me just show you what the ASEA Redox technologies are actually worth with these pictures. You're going to see amazing health, anti-aging, and age-reversing results, like lines and wrinkles being ironed out, elasticity coming back to the skin, skin blemishes, spots, dots, marks, inflammations, irritations, aggravations, other signs of poor health to the skin being renewed. For young people too, being rejuvenated and improving the quality of life further than just skin deep. Even the aftermath of some of these unfortunate conditions coming back to the proper surface of the skin. Rosie here, see the dramatic difference in the first two pictures on the left there? Wow, right? But Rosie couldn't see the difference. Rosie actually believed that the products were not even working. So Rosie went along to see her doctor. That's who told her about ASEA and who took these pictures. Rosie told the doctor that the products didn't work. Rosie's doctor shows these pictures to Rosie. I guess the rest of the story can be seen here, right? Everybody says they want to see how ASEA goes. Fair enough. But Rosie missed the moment by moment changes by not taking pictures, and you may miss it too. So please take pictures, and anything you can't take a written record, can't take a picture of, keep a written scorecard instead, because that's how you see how this goes. Now, some people notice results in a reasonable amount of time, 7 weeks in Rosie's cases. Others can happen in far less time, like 7 days. Some people can even have an experience in around about 7 minutes. But look at this lady over 7 months. Some people need to apply more product, more time, more patience, generally when there's more going on with their health, perhaps like this lady here. What we know scientifically is that redox signaling molecules are all exactly the same in you, me, animals, and plants, exactly the same. Now, studies show that ASEA redox products contain nothing but redox signaling molecules. Studies also show that they have an immediate positive effect. They work in every single person, every single time. It would be scientifically impossible for ASEA redox products to not work in you and or hurt you. They can't hurt you. But what does differ from person to person is the time it takes them to notice the change. Speaking of noticing the change, this doctor did a little experiment of his own on his very own face and used Renew 28 on only half of his face and not the other. Can you spot the difference? It's pretty clear on my screen. Hopefully it's just as clear on yours. One side's clearer than the other. Renew 28 is not just for the face. You can put it on your arms, your hands, your bellies. You can put it on your bum. Now, these pictures of buttocks and thighs, on a serious note here, these are pictures from a study which was conducted by a world-leading laboratory. And the study was done because there were many reports coming in from all over the world of people saying that their cellulite had disappeared while they were using Renew 28. So These scientists set upon very strict studies to see if there was any truth to these stories. What they found after just 12 weeks is there was a 20% or more reduction in the appearance of cellulite. And when the scientists did ultrasounds to try and discover how this is happening, they saw that the subcutaneous fat that was causing the cellulite was actually being dissolved from the use of Renew 28. So Renew 28 helps reduce the appearance of cellulite. It helps soothe skin discomfort after things such as shaving or sun exposure. But Renew 28 is not just for the skin. It helps soothe discomfort around the body. And you can know about that in about 10 minutes. If you have some discomfort around your body, rate that discomfort on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being the most discomfort that you could experience, something that's sore, something that's hurting you. Apply Renew 28 on that sore spot 3 times within 5 minutes. And usually 9 to 10 out of every 10 people who do this will notice a soothing or reduction of their discomfort, their hurting, their soreness within approximately 10 minutes. Now, nothing I've said here today has been intended to diagnose anything that you're going through. And ASEA does not claim to treat or cure any diseases. Now, with every great breakthrough comes great opportunity. That is a universal truth. It is a historical fact. And ASEA is a life-changing breakthrough. That's created a life-changing financial opportunity behind all of this to make a living while bettering people's lives. And what could be better than that? So as for ASEA's Redox technologies, they are the world's first and only redox signaling supplements for 2 simple reasons. One, for nearly 3 decades now, no one other than the medical scientists who've worked in the background with ASEA, no one but them have been able to figure out how to create and stabilize redox signaling molecules outside of the body. For 2 decades before ASEA's breakthrough work, science had declared that this was impossible, and we have outside, third-party reviewed, very reputable science showing that our redox products contain nothing but redox signaling molecules. In fact, Bioagilytics does that assessment, and they assess some of the, well, most of the biggest pharmaceutical companies in the world. Now, 2, ASEA is heavily patented, but not only is ASEA not allowed to be copied, ASEA really can't be copied anyway. Because look, there's no way anybody can look into a bottle of ASEA and figure out how to reverse engineer it, because there are trade secrets in the making of ASEA, not in the bottle. And so it really can't be copied anyway. That means we have no copycats. That means we have no competition. That means no one in the world has what ASEA has. No one, no other products in the world can do what ASEA does. None of them. Now, don't get tricked by clever or tricky marketing out there who try to talk like us. They might try to talk like us, but they don't have redox signaling molecules in their products, and therefore they can't do what redox signaling molecules do. Nothing else in the world can get to the depth and level of achievement in the body as what redox can, because redox works in every body. Every body needs redox, because nothing in the body works as well or at all, in fact, without redox. The body runs on redox, and redox can't hurt anybody. Now, no other products can make these claims. No juice, pills, super shake, fancy water, CBD oil, however good it might be, whatever it might be, it's not redox. And it doesn't work without redox anyway. So ASEA holds massive opportunities over and above and across all else and all health science sectors: healthcare, wellness, sports science, athletic performance, beauty, skincare, aging, longevity. This is one breakthrough that is a game changer for a $3 trillion industry. And so ASEA really is an entrepreneur's dream. Now, our mission here is to better people's lives and to be a force for good in the world. We can't do that on our own, and so we look for people to help spread the word. Now, how that works is like this. We personally share ASEA with others. Along the way, we find and even attract to us people who want to do the same, and we grow and expand a global network of others sharing ASEA. Now, this puts you in business for yourself. You can be your own boss, but you'll never be in business by yourself, because together we work to improve the productivity of the network we've built locally, regionally, nationally, and internationally, if you want to, of others sharing redox with others. So ASEA gives you the opportunity to earn money just by sharing redox with others. For people looking for either an extra, part-time, full-time, big-time, legacy-leaving income, or whatever level of income you're looking for, whatever level of commissions you want, whatever levels of ambitions you have, there's a level of commission to meet that. So if you're looking for a better life, income, lifestyle, if you have dreams, ASEA helps you create income that is both residual and leverage. So you receive a residual income, not just from the first, but from all of the repeated purchases made by everyone you refer to ASEA. And these people can purchase as much as they like again and again and again, and you get paid for all of that again and again and again. Now, on top, you also received unlimited leveraged residual income from all of the repeated purchases made by every single person your contacts and their contacts to no end also refer. There's no limits to how far and wide these referrals can go. So because you can refer as many people as you like, and they can refer as many people as they like, again and again and again, and you get paid for all of the purchases, even if it's the same person purchasing on repeat, you get paid for all of that. That makes the residual income potential here unlimited. Now, we do this type of marketing all the time. People tell people who then tell even more people, and it goes on and on. We're recommending movies and restaurants and books, and it's word of mouth marketing. It's the oldest and still today #1 most powerful and effective and trusted and listened to form of marketing in the world. Word spreads worldwide. So there's no limits, especially with how connected the world is today. ASEA is currently in 35 countries. They've opened up new markets every year. Based on existing trends, the annual turnover is projected to exceed more than $500 million by the year 2025. So residual income is very impressive, being able to be paid again and again and again from work you've just done once, being able to get paid on your days off, being able to get paid even when you're on holidays, being able to get paid even while you sleep, being able to be paid from multiple time zones around the world. It's very impressive, but more so, it's very important, because when you have residual bills, why not have residual income? Do you know what happens to most people by the time they're 65? Out of every 100 people, only 1 is wealthy. Only 3 are financially secure. And where it begins to get sad is that 7 out of every 100 people must still work to survive at 65. And they're not working because they want to, they're working because they have to. They're a slave to the dollar. But this is where it gets very concerning. 74 out of every 100 people are dependent on welfare by 65. And so, yes, there's a health pandemic going on out there, but there's also a wealth or a failing financial plan pandemic going on out there as well. So one of the main financial principles that the top 4% there seem to figure out that the other 81% don't is how to make money that is no longer dependent on a paid by the hour, sacrificing, selling your precious time for money, or labor intensive or own activity job. It's called active income. And the truth is, sooner or later, you won't be able to be as active as you are right now. And therefore, you won't be able to have as much active income as you have right now. When I was learning all of this, it was a shock, because my active income already wasn't enough as it was. To lose it would have been devastating to my family. And this is one of the biggest problems that 81% of people get trapped in. Money's an excellent servant, terrible master. If you don't find a way to make money while you sleep, you'll be a slave for money until you take the long sleep. Now, I'm not saying jobs are bad. They're a good place to start for most of us. And if you truly do love your job, keep it. But still find a way to make money outside of your job that won't interfere with what you're currently doing, because only relying on a single source of active income is actually dangerous to your financial security. So for people who want to be smarter than that, who've been wanting to be in the right place at the right time, are able to recognize a good thing, who decide, I'm going to take control of my finances, my future, and my freedom. For people who aren't happy with the amount of money that they have, or for people that aren't happy with how they have to make their money right now, for people who have dreams and want a better life, ASEA is a significant opportunity to be paid a significant residual income from the inevitable growth of its global expansion to afford you your dreams and give you that real freedom. Now, there's nothing better than making a living from bettering people's lives, and that's what you get to do with ASEA. Now, you can make really great money here, that's for sure, and you can even be rewarded on top with all expenses paid trips to 5-star luxury locations around the world. You'll have a great time, you'll meet great people, you'll have great friends, great experiences, and a great lifestyle. But really, at the end of the day, It is the effect we have on others. That is one of the most valuable currencies there is. And that is the heart of ASEA. And demonstrated, because the truth is, after big pharmaceutical companies were shown tens of millions of dollars and 17 years worth of powerful research and clinical studies proving ASEA, those big drug companies offered to pay ASEA huge sums of money for the sole and exclusive rights to the ASEA Redox technology. However, those drug companies wanted ASEA to shut down and to take everyone off the Redox breakthrough. But thankfully, the founders of ASEA, Virtus and his son, Tyler Norton, they had the great foresight to see very grave concerns and consequences in such a deal, because Virtus and Tyler saw people who went from very severe health challenges that once upon a time left them and even their doctors feeling hopeless, to then these people being able to experiencing life-changing power with Redox. And when Virtus and Tyler saw this, they felt a great sense of responsibility to get this breakthrough for humanity out to the world. And so they couldn't in good conscience sell out. And that's why Virtus and Tyler didn't. They said no to the payout and yes to the people. See, for Virtus and Tyler, it had once started out as just a very big business play, but when they saw people, it had become more. And the ASEA founders turned down that huge sum of money from the big pharmaceutical companies and decided to go the supplement route instead of the drug route in order to expedite the availability of this technology globally, making it available immediately to every single one of us without a prescription. Now, one of ASEA's foremost guiding principles was demonstrated here, as is always demonstrated in every decision they make, and that is to always put people and principles before ego and economics. People before profits. Now, they're very good at making profits, this company. The ASEA founders and corporate team come from big backgrounds, up to Fortune 50 backgrounds. They are exceptionally experienced in running very big, profitable global companies. But their corporate soul revolves around putting people first, bettering people's lives, being a force for good in the world, and so you're in very good hands. Get back with the person who shared this with you. If you have any questions, ask them. They can point to where you can find answers easily. There's plenty of university studies if you like going cross-eyed looking at that stuff. There's hundreds of thousands of real people's life-changing Redox experiences for you to see. ASEA is the real deal. But what's more important than a third-party study or a third-party experience is a first-party study, a first-party experience. Do you want to be happier and healthier? Do you want to live younger, stronger, longer? Then become part of this ASEA experience. Use ASEA for yourself. And if you have dreams and desires, and if you want to be, do, have, and able to give more, and if you want to help people be happier and healthier, and if you want a better life, income, lifestyle, if you want to help others with that and increase the prosperity of the planet, if you want to make more of an impact and a difference in the world, you can become part of this Redox reality with us, and you can become more. And if you'll just pass this information on for many, many others, you can better the lives of many, many others. And your life will become better in many, many ways too. So thank you very, very much for spending this time with me. May you always be happy and well. And thank you ever so much, Fiona, for hosting this call and taking care of me.
You're most welcome, Stevie. I mean, don't you all think, guys, that it's wonderful that he shares his story and his life? Everything you do up here is really impressive, and how you actually explain it. So thank you for that. I thought what I might do is we haven't got many questions at the moment. There's one in there which I think we can answer in a second. But one thing I might share is a little bit about why I came on. So I'm just going to share the screen for one moment. Won't be a second. Okay, can you see that, Stevie? Stevie,
yes,
can
I can.
You see that?
I can see that.
Yeah, okay. So I'm an aqua instructor, and 15 months ago, I was introduced to ASEA because I had incredibly sore knees, and I thought I was not going to be able to continue my passion of teaching aqua. So I happened to just meet this lovely lady who I knew from many, 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 many years ago. It was just pure coincidence that we just met, and she was telling me about this ASEA. And so she goes, please, Fiona, just try it for 3 months. What have you got to lose? You know, you either, if you can't get your knee better, you may not be able to carry on with aqua. And you know what? It was wonderful. The redox signal molecules basically helped my body do what it does naturally, which is allow it to detect and look at those cells and fix them, which was beautiful. So I was able to carry on with my aqua, but there was a bit of a side bonus. So on May the 17th, which is when I joined, can you see that picture of me? Do I need to expand it, or can you see that picture of that neck?
I can see the picture of your neck. It's a little small if you want to zoom in a bit.
I will zoom in a little bit. Let me just. Bear with me, folks. At 56, technology becomes one of those things. Not quite sure how to. Okay, not quite sure how to do it.
That's okay. We can see it. We can see it.
So at the bottom of the neck, you can see that I had a very wrinkly neck, the signs of the aging. But if you can see on the screen here, the bonus, it wasn't what I took Redox and Renew 28 for, but the bonus was that the neck disappeared, the jawline lifted, and all of a sudden, I don't feel like a 56-year-old. I feel a lot younger. And all my aqua participants were often saying, what are you doing, Fiona? What are you on? And of course, it was natural for me to share it with them. And many of them have had fantastic results since. So I urge you to, you know, the person that introduced you to come on to this meeting, you know, go back and talk to them about what they can do for you in terms of putting you onto a SEER. Okay, now back over to yourself, Stevie. Is there any questions that in the chat line? I'm just going to take us off share.